Welcome to the Not Nerd Podcast. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Chinga 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 cha. I'm
Hello.
workshopping some intros.
Yeah,
So that was option one. So
nice.
stay tuned for future intros, uh, gimmicks.
I cannot wait.
Yes. Oh, what do I see there dawned upon that luscious hair that you have?
Well, I
Oh,
have out of the collection one of my mini Draplin Design Company hats, and this one is
mmm.
Oceanics. And this past weekend, I went to Westport, Washington for the first time. Big seafaring, fishing, commercial fishing town,
Never
and
heard of it.
looked around for a good trucker hat, and
There you
they had
go.
like some of the distressed, like trendy little ones. It's like, no, I just want a big foam cap or a
How did
patch,
you
so I
know this
decided
was
to get this.
Draplin Design? One of your favorite designers.
Yes,
How did
this,
you
well,
know?
I had this one. I didn't
Oh,
buy it there. I was like, I didn't get one this weekend, so I'll wear the Oceanics one because that's related to me touching the ocean this weekend.
that makes sense now that you
Perfect
mention it.
sense
Yeah.
in the description of my hat collection. Yes, I was hoping I do have a handful of different Maui trucker hats in my
Mm.
collection, but I'm unable to get to them easily in my garage. I did want to show solidarity, or maybe I was going to get my a California one out for the what were they?
Earthquake,
Yeah,
tornadoes that or hurricane, I guess. A hurricane's just
Hurricane.
a
The
hurricane.
Hurricane,
Yeah. A
as
hurricane's
some were
just a
calling
big
it.
tornado, honestly. I mean,
Yes,
slightly
so
different.
Tropical Storm Hillary,
Yeah.
which I will remind people we are the most
Oh,
nonpartisan tech
wait. No,
podcast.
wait. No, wait. I'm sorry. You broke up there for a minute. What was that you said?
Oh, I will remind people we are the most nonpartisan tech podcast on the
And I
internet.
hit it too soon.
Yes, but the
Oh, hope this isn't an indicator of how this evening's going to go. So, how is the Hillary tropical storm a political issue?
there is a lot of memes around
The
Hillary
name?
Clinton.
Oh,
Many a good
yes.
meme of
I
her
work with a
face
lady.
spinning up the coast.
Work with a lady named Hillary, so I
Oh,
that's what I think
yes.
of
I
when.
was not referring to her and her political stances that
Okay,
she
yeah.
has.
Well, she's
Gotcha.
pretty out there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, and Dr. RIP
Oh,
VHS, the one, the only, the famous, has joined us and says, looks and sounds great. He is our official
fantastic.
sound and visual check
Yes.
to let us know to make sure things are working properly. Because while we've figured out many of the bugs, there's always more to be found.
And I don't give this out lightly, but I would like to introduce uh, RIP VHS as a producer of the show, a
Yes.
producer level, because he's there
Yes.
to give us feedback up and down about our levels and stuff. So,
Yes,
what a wonderful thing.
yes, we'll put him in the credits. We'll tag him so
Yeah.
that we can borrow some of his many subscribers on his YouTube
And
channel.
he gets 10% of our profits. So that means, Todd, you owe us $80.
Yes,
Thank you.
indeed. The
And
profit sharing and
yeah,
cost sharing. There's
I
that little asterisk on that.
yeah. And I think my wife might be joining us. She said she might. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes.
I guess if you don't see her on the thing, then she didn't.
She has not chimed in yet, but
Mm,
we will see who else joins us. We always love
yeah.
it when you join us live on YouTube. I know a lot
Yes.
of people still partake via audio podcast, but man, you're missing
Hmm.
out if you're not getting
Oh,
the visuals
you
on
can
here.
help direct the show. You could become a
Yes,
producer.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, let us move into some follow up.
Did it fire in time for you,
It
Nate?
did. Yes, you
Nice.
have resolved the sounder
I guess so.
delay, which is very nice. Thank you for that. And first up, you found a link, and I hadn't heard this, that Apple is now offering the refurbished AirPods 3 for $149 on their refurbished site, which is always a great reminder about Apple's refurbished site, which
Hmm.
we strongly praise. You were talking about renewed with your camera, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But Apple's refurbished store, I was going to look and see what the AirPods third generation were going for on Amazon, because
Hmm.
that is often where I will purchase them. 140.
One.
So
So,
$10 cheaper on Amazon.
but it's not refurbished by Apple. It's refurbished by Amazon. So,
No, it's just brand new.
oh,
That's brand
brand
new.
new. Well,
Yes.
poo on that.
Which I will still say, I swear by my favorite, always in my pocket, and many more right there on my
Oh
desk.
my gosh.
And
You
I have
could
some more somewhere else.
you
But
could
the
build a fort out of
AirPods
those.
second generation with the lightning charging, I don't do a lot of wireless charging, but the reason is the price.
Hmm.
And I think I got
They
the
were on.
last pair for like 80 or 90
Oh,
bucks.
really? I saw them on sale for $99. I think they're 129 regularly or something. So $99. But my wife too has my old ones that she's been using. And she's like, the battery's not working. I'm like, well, maybe we should get you some pros, upgrade
Oh
finally. And she's
yeah.
like, I think I just want the same old ones. And I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
99
But
bucks.
the third generation does have some features over the second generation. I'm just used to the second gen and the tap instead of having to squeeze to
Oh,
play and pause because I do a lot of that. Looks like right now $100, $99 on Amazon for the second generation with the lightning charging case. But there's often a deal on those, and I actually uh, purchased, I think I mentioned on the podcast, I purchased a pair on Prime Day when they had, I
mm,
think it was 90 bucks. And we were traveling this weekend. Chelsea's going, yeah, just to let you know, there's some weird stuff starting to happen with my uh, AirPods, and they're doing like they'll just die all of a sudden, all this
mm,
stuff. And I said, well, you're
yeah.
in luck because I've got a spare, brand new pair in the garage for you. Now I just have to find them.
Oh, Nate, we got to talk about your garage. And when you go to find those hats, the Maui hats that you mentioned,
Yes.
I want you to set up a GoPro or your phone on a tripod or something so that when you inevitably pull the thing and there's a giant wave of stuff that falls on you, that we
Oh,
get,
you
you
have
know,
no idea how I have to step on a chest onto the elliptical to reach up onto the
oh,
shelf where my hat boxes are.
what we need to
Yes, we
do is
will.
tell Valerie about this so she can get off my back about the few things I
Oh
have in
yeah, I'll
here.
take a bit. I'll send you a picture of my garage, and Val will never comment again.
Yeah.
But back to our follow. I will just say, if you're looking for Apple stuff, um, go to the refurbished store. They've got, Apple pencils, computers, AirPods, all kinds of different stuff. And check Amazon for the new from Apple products
Hmm.
as well, because they'll have some good deals, and you can save a little coin, which you can then use to and always shop through notpicks.com. If you're going
Absolutely.
to Amazon, go to there and click the Amazon link and save
Hmm.
money and give us some pennies.
Do it.
Do it. Speaking of Amazon, I think we had one in just the headlines, but about their product names, or we talked about that in the last couple of weeks. But they're rolling out a generative AI feature that summarizes product reviews.
Mm, interesting. So this is so if somebody writes a big long article on something, or actually it's getting articles from everywhere, then you can just say, "Tell me about the new iPhone 15 Pro Max with periscope camera," and it'll just summarize the thing for you. Is that right?
Yeah, it seems like that's what they'll be doing, and it'll kind of give you some highlights of what is mentioned a lot in the reviews because as we've discussed many times, both the Amazon product names and the Amazon reviews can be a mess to try to decipher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always try to at least look at the review when I'm buying something I don't know about. And it can be, a bunch of 5 stars and then a bunch of 1 stars saying it's the worst thing on earth. So hopefully they will use AI for good and be able to give you some accurate, a quick synopsis of the
Yes.
information.
And thanks to the Associated Press and all the ads that were on that page when I loaded it up,
Yes.
I'm turning the ad blocker on for Safari. So thank you, Associated Press, for ruining it for everyone else. Jerks.
which is interesting. On mine, the ads aren't loading for some reason, which I usually get all
Mm,
of them. But
yeah.
yes, even the Associated Press has succumbed to
Yeah.
lots of ads.
It makes no sense.
And things that make no sense. I feel like we had this story before, but it came up again this last week. ISPs complain that listing every fee is too hard, urge FCC to scrap new rule. Now,
Last
I
time it was
feel like this comes
AT&T.
up, yeah, every few months where it's like, Comcast and all them. Well, we can't really tell everybody all the fees that we're charging them.
They
If
might not like that if we
Yes,
do that.
exactly. It says the filing was submitted by NCTA, the Internet and Television Association, which represents Comcast, Charter, Cox, and other cable companies.
And see all
So,
this this blank space here on the right? That's
yeah,
because
ad
there were
blocker.
ads were there. So thank
Very
you.
nice.
Yeah. So yes, I believe it was Comcast or AT&T or somebody before, but now it seems like internet service providers, more of them are complaining about it. You know what? And I hope I'm sorry, the FCC holds their position because it's about time one of these government agencies did something that benefits the consumers and not the companies that are
Yes.
taking all their data from them. So
Yes,
there you
indeed.
go.
We could only hope. We could only hope. And
Mm.
speaking of the cable companies, this might be part of it. From the Hollywood Reporter, linear TV falls below 50% of viewing for first time, which I feel like we had this story before too. All this
Yeah.
stuff starts mixing together, but
Well, it was
Nielsen's
probably below
monthly
40, then now it's below 50,
Yes, Nielsen's monthly platform rankings show broadcast and cable making up less than half of all TV use.
Wow.
Yes,
And I'm
so
just surprised that some people are still watching live television. Like, why?
yeah, that half the people using a TV are still using it for linear TV, as they
Yeah.
call it. But streaming was up, obviously, and other use category, including video games played on a
Hmm.
TV screen and physical media playback, amongst other things, made up 11.6%.
Yeah.
So,
So for those of you who don't use ad blockers or anything like that, you've you've experienced the frog in the boiling pot syndrome
yes.
where you just don't really notice it anymore. And I'll talk to people and they're like, I don't even see the ads. I just whatever, or I click them or I go do something else. For someone like me who spends a lot of time and effort to block everything, when I don't, I'm telling you people, it's
Yes.
really bad. It's
Yes.
really bad. You don't notice it maybe because you've been, what's the term I'm looking for? Uh, well, there's a word I'm looking for. What is it? Where you're like tolerating something? Desensitized.
Oh,
You've been
yes. Yes.
desensitized to it, but it's bad and it's just getting worse. Pretty soon it's going to be everything's an ad and there'll be like a tiny square with the video you want to watch
Yeah,
after there's
yes.
5 ads that play.
One word of an article and then
Yeah.
an
Click.
ad, which some sites are close to.
Yeah, here's one word. Now click watch a 30-second ad and we'll give you the second word of the article and wash, rinse,
Yes.
repeat. Yeah. Anyway, that was my little uh, sidestep, as we say.
Yes.
But now back to the main
The
event.
main thing. And yeah, I was listening to some podcast and they were talking, oh, it was a episode of Joe Rogan with Tim Dillon, who's a comedian who's uh very odd guy, but he was talking about his dad, and it's like his dad loves the ads, the commercials from back in the day more than the television, more than the show he was watching. And he would call him up crying about, this ad that made him all emotional, or the Budweiser frogs, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it was. And it was just like, TV back in the day, at least the ads were good. So much of the
Yeah.
web ads are just,
Punch the monkey. Punch the
yes,
monkey. Punch the
yes.
monkey.
Yes,
You'll
but
win internet points.
they have to pay for the. And going back to the article on the, what people are watching, that a lot of these streaming services, they're raising their prices so that they can push more people towards the ad supported
Mm-hmm.
services. So then, you're watching the ads again to watch your TV because they can make more money off the ads than they can with the subscriptions. But
Yeah, they keep turning the crank till they hit the critical point and then they'll stop for a while. But for many people, and the number is growing, when they turn that crank, people say, "Nope, I'm just gonna ride the high seas of the internet, and I'm
yes,
gonna find the content I want to watch, and you won't get a penny for it."
yep,
So that's what happens. It's happening more and more.
it is. And you know what? You won't get a penny for Dave's pro tip of the week.
And where's the button? There it is. I
So that
changed.
was a human interface
Yeah,
delay.
that was me. It was not the computer. I changed the icons on some of these things, and I'm like, which one is it?
Which one?
Which one is it? So this tip of the week comes from intrepid producer Todd,
Yes,
who was
yes.
saying,
Just moments before the show.
yeah, he said, did you know, dear employees, dear talent, because we're the talent
Yes.
and he's a producer, that you can do things on your phone to move and organize your apps that will save you time and effort. And let's pretend like I didn't know this already. So thank you, Todd. This tip comes from Todd, and I'm going to switch over to my thing, and I call this one iOS Iconpalooza, and we're going to talk
Mm.
about menu, move, and group. So this is your typical phone screen, and I did curate the list of apps here. I have
Yes.
many apps, but here's a few. And the first thing is menu. If you're not privy to this before, you can tap and hold on specific apps and it'll bring up a menu that will save you time perhaps. So let's go to Mastodon since everybody's using that instead of Twitter these days. Yeah, right. So I'm going to press and hold that one. And actually I'm going to slide around so I can see it. So tap and hold. Boom. Look at this. A menu comes up. I can do a new post. I can search. And then these are the bog standard edit home screen share remove app. But these two up here are specific to this application.
Yes.
Now let's try Ancestry.com. What can I do there? I can scan a photo or create a story. I don't really use that app, but that's good to know. And then Amazon, of course, I use it all the time, but I never seem to use this feature. I
Oh
can
yeah.
search, I can view my orders, which is pretty much the only reason I go to Amazon is to view my orders
Yeah.
to see where they are. Well, I can just tap that and it'll take me right to them. So
Nice.
that is the menu.
Yes,
Now,
and Todd
oh,
chimed in and said, "Wait, there's more than one screen for apps."
oh boy, I know he knew
He is an
that,
app
but
minimalist above
yeah,
all else.
he gets mad when they add new uh, standard default apps because
Yes.
he
Puts them
doesn't want.
over his like 29 apps or
Yeah,
whatever he
it's
has.
like I'm trying to be lean and clean here. So next, the next item is move, and we've all, it's like how do you move your app? Well, you click and hold it, and then it'll wiggle, or I could click and hold it and then do the menu item that says edit home screen. Or, you know what? You can just click and drag that sucker. Well, here, a bad example. Just click it and drag it, and it kind of does it all for you. You don't have to wait. However, in addition to clicking and dragging, this is what I think blew Todd's mind, and he can correct me if I'm wrong. But if you kind of click and move an app, and you want to move multiple apps, use your other hand if you have one, and you can tap them, and they all get into a stack that you can then move to another screen.
His
Oh,
problem is he doesn't have enough apps to be able to do that
that's
with.
probably true. But see, now I have the first group and the second
Yes.
group. And I, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about some of the things that were frustrating about this moving. It's like, okay, well, I want Brave here to move over. So let's edit the home screen here. Let's just tap the edit home screen button. So sometimes or Ancestry, I want it to be first, and so you like try to drag it over, and it's like, oh no, I
Yeah.
why are you? I just wanted it to be first, and then it's like, oh, you wanted a folder? No, I didn't want a folder. So my tip here and my additional extra pro tip uh, is instead of trying to move Amazon over there, get the one that's on the extreme edge and move it to the middle.
Yes.
It is
Yeah, the
much
edges
easier.
get very tricky if you have
Yeah,
like a full page and you're trying to move one and then it's bumping stuff to the next page.
yeah.
That is a great tip.
And to get out of wiggle mode on phones that don't have a home button anywhere to be found, just swipe up and you're back to where you used to be.
Yes.
So anyway, that is Iconapalooza for from
Yes.
listener Todd. I'm
Yes.
sorry, from producer Todd.
Producer Todd, and he said, well, LOL, now I can download apps just to group them to throw them in the trash.
Very good. Put them in
Yes.
folders and
Very
then
nice.
trash the
Well,
folders.
that is a great tip, and it is good to organize and have easy access to the
Hmm.
apps that you use all the time. Every couple months I'll go, what am I using the most? Let's get that in the best spots to be able to get to it quickly. But it is time for everyone's favorite segment, just the headlines.
Did that one fire or was it late?
Yes, it did.
All
You are
right.
on it
Look at
today.
that.
Okay. After firetruck crash, California tells crews to reduce robotaxi fleet by 50% in San Francisco.
I don't know much about that.
68 years after his death, James Dean is reportedly starring in a new movie thanks to AI.
I have opinions.
Buyers of Bored Ape NFTs sue after digital apes turn out to be bad investment.
Can I do that with my cryptocurrency?
Yes. Microsoft AI suggests Food Bank is a cannot miss tourist spot in Canada.
Agreed.
Supermarket AI meal planner app suggests recipe that would create chlorine gas.
I mean, is that bad?
I
So, oh,
believe so.
sorry. So there was a little bit of commentary in there. I just want to point out as we move forward into our next section that there's a lot of AI in those articles. So
Yes,
maybe that's
yes.
something you at home should be taking notice of. You're going to start hearing more about this mysterious AI.
Yeah,
It's
it
an
might
up and
catch
coming,
on.
it might catch on.
And there might be problems with it,
Yeah, who
like
knows?
robotaxis crashing into fire trucks,
Hmm.
uh,
Chlorine gas.
going to a food bank on your tourist spot. And I did see an update to that article today saying that Microsoft has removed many of the articles that were created with errant.
Yeah,
Because, yeah,
Microsoft
if
has.
you use AI, it's like a lot of people go to this place.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's a food bank and they're hungry.
right. Yeah, Microsoft has removed food banks to keep its software. Let's hope that that's not the case.
Yes. Well, let us move on to our takes of the week. And our first item, a look back. iMac at 25, a visual history of Apple's iconic all in one computer. 25 years, Dave.
The iMac and I are the same age.
I know.
What is the coincidence there?
Yes.
What is the coincidence? I'm not sure that I used that properly. But yes, 25 years young, just like me. And see this little guy here? I know you and I had the purple one.
Yeah,
Which one
I
did you
got the
have?
lime green, and I think I also have a purple one in the garage. Which was the second generation, I believe, where they
Yeah,
started doing the colors. The
the
original was
Bondi
just the,
blue.
yes,
Yeah,
Bondi blue, the magical blue of Bondi Beach in Australia that Apple wanted to use for their
yes.
iMac.
And so if you had the Bondi blue, you had the first generation, and you could tell, pardon me, from the color and also the tray slid out for the disk drive.
Yes.
Future models, and actually the one in the second picture is the second or third or fourth generation that was more translucent colored and had the slot loading CD drive. So that was very, very cool.
Yes, yes, and the third generation was maybe the most iconic. The little dome with the bendable
Yeah,
arm, the Pixar iMac,
I
if you
have one right
will.
up there. I could show you, but I'm
I
embarrassed.
don't want to risk breaking the internet.
Yes. Well, I don't
Yes.
want you to see my space that I'm in. And
Yeah.
speaking of which, I have to just turn it on because took the time to set it up. Here's here's kind of a wide angle view. Oh, and it's frozen, of course. Amazing. That's hilarious that it's frozen, but there you go.
Well, at least we get the gist of it. At least it was
Yeah.
frozen with an image,
Yeah,
not a
I
blank screen.
I mean I did a screenshot on purpose. That's what.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. But
Yes,
yeah, the
very
iMac,
cool.
25 years, what a just a for personal computing, what a game changer. Really, I remember the first ones. It was just
Oh,
mind-boggling that you had a DVD player in your computer. That was my first DVD player, was my iMac back in
yeah.
uh, the year 2000.
And the uh the one that I got came with a Bug's Life DVD
Oh
you
yes,
could
mine
watch.
too. Mine too. The Bug's Life. I probably still have that somewhere. It's
Yeah,
probably in the
mine is
garage.
somewhere in some box
Uh,
somewhere.
but yeah, 25 years of iMac, and they're still going. But the Verge put together a pretty thorough look at all the different generations, and it's pretty cool to see. And the new iMacs, they've kept doing them. When was the last one released? 2021. So those are,
Yeah, it's the M1 iMac. Yeah,
yeah, 2 years old now, but
I'm sure they have
they're
one down here at the bottom here. Oh boy, there
oh,
they are. Oop, oop.
don't go too far. It'll take you to the Taylor Swift versus Ronald Reagan, the Ticketmaster story
Yeah,
link for me.
I was going to. Okay, it opened it up in a new window, but it's on the wrong screen, so
Oh,
that's okay.
and then if you
Anyway,
go to the bottom, even The Verge uses the dang Outbrain, which your ad blocker is hopefully blocking with uh,
it's blocked.
the Outbrain, and I forget the other company,
Is that
just with
the
those
infinite scrolling
purely
stupid?
no, just the purely link bait.
Oh yeah,
Cardiologist, too much belly fat? Do this before bed.
I can't believe any reputable site has that garbage on there.
Oh,
But see everyone, look how
ad
clean this
blocker.
is.
Hey, if I
See,
resize my window, it goes away. That's nice.
that is nice. And if I resize
Well,
my
enough
window, it's
about my personal web browsing experience.
yeah.
Our next take, I just thought this was interesting. Spotify looked to ban white noise podcasts to become more profitable. So,
Why do they
in the
care?
subheadline, an internal document shows that white noise podcasts account for 3 million with an M daily consumption hours on the platform.
Wow.
So just like, your sound machine, the ocean noises, the all this different stuff, people do podcasts of this
Hmm.
and people just play it all day long apparently through Spotify. And they're saying that it's one of the
Well, they.
subtitles, Spotify's $38 million white noise problem.
Hmm.
And apparently, after they acquired the podcast creation app Anker in 2019, which I can't believe that was already 4 years ago, there's just, it made it very easy to produce podcasts so you could do
Mm-hmm.
anything. Um, as I don't know who wrote this article for Bloomberg, but it
Probably the same guy that
says
programmed their site that's just broken.
yes. I'm trying to find the paragraph where I went. As I wrote last year, these podcasters whose shows entail playing various noises like crashing waves or bird sounds on repeat could make at least $18,000 a month through advertisements that
What?
Spotify place in the programming. My only problem with that,
Are you
if you're
kidding
getting
me?
ads during your white noise podcast, if you put on some crashing waves before bed and then all of a sudden you're getting a
Yeah,
podcast ad for some mattress or vitamins right in the middle of when you're trying to relax, that
they're
does not seem like a good experience to me.
some people are just brainwashed and they're just like, oh, I mean, it's a nice thing that pops on and I listen to the ad and it's usually some funny thing or whatever and then I'm back to relaxing. It's like, no, you're brainwashed. And pro tip, go buy a little white noise machine. They're like
Yes.
$10 and it'll just,
Yes.
you know.
Yes,
Or
indeed.
yeah,
And
there's
Eric
apps too.
Sather has joined us in the chat and
Oh,
said back on the iMacs, his first DVD player was a PS2,
yes, many
which
people
was
had that.
about the same time I had one of those in my bachelor pad as well.
Here is
Uh,
a fun fact about Dave Baylor. Do I have
a
a
fun
fun
fact
fact?
sounder
I don't think I do. So, anyway, a fun fact. I never owned a PS2 back when they were a thing.
in
Now,
production.
yeah, in subsequent years, I've purchased them and sold them and never played them like many of the things I purchased. Uh, but yeah, I had the PS1 and then I skipped PS2, but my brother had one and I'm pretty sure it was his first DVD player too.
Yeah.
So you, Eric, you and Ray have a lot in common there.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, speaking of video games,
Mm-hmm.
I won't get into the details of this one too much, but it's an article you found. But FBI used Nintendo Switch to locate abducted child. So the 15-year-old girl, she had been abducted, and her Nintendo Switch went online and gave the location, and they were able to track her down with permission of Nintendo. But yeah,
Wow.
pretty gruesome story overall when you look at the details. But the fact that
Yeah.
uh, one of those good uses. So of course this one's going to get out there that
Oh
hey, we
yeah.
need access to all that information. Because
Yep.
we were able to locate this abducted child. But
Y-
when
y-
my iPad was stolen and I gave them, and Netflix knew the location of the person watching children's shows on my iPad that was a mere mile from here, and the police got that information and said, that's a problematic house. We will not be able to go there.
A
To which
problematic
I have,
house.
and I've told the story before in the podcast, to which I say, then why do we have police?
Well, I was going to say something a little cheeky. Should I say it anyway?
Yes, go ahead.
To protect the money of rich people. That's why we have the police. That was a little
Yes.
cheeky, but we'll
Yes.
go
Go
on. I
back
know.
to our earlier
Oh,
disclaimer
oh
on
yeah,
nonpartisanship, which,
yeah. We'll end on this. Society is complex and cannot be condensed down to a soundbite. So
ooh,
we will move on.
or a single podcast episode.
That is true.
Uh, and security and privacy story, that one kind of transitioned us into it, but Discord.io confirms breach after hacker steals data of 760,000
Yeah, this
users.
one made me really sad, as with this ad block thing that's on my screen right now. Oh boy. Yeah,
Oh boy.
so this is not going to happen. Whatever website we're on, there we go. We just click reader mode and problem solved. And
Nice.
they still got an ad in there with the bleeping computer. Um, yes, so add Discord to yet another large internet company that stores user information and payment details and location details and communication details. Add them to the list of people who just got hacked and now it's all out
Yes.
on the dark web being bought and sold by criminals and coming to a data breach near you, all of your data. So makes
Yes,
me
and I
mad.
did read in this, that is a very large number, but Discord.io is not an official Discord site, but a third-party service allowing server
Mm.
owners to create custom invites to their channels.
Okay,
So
so it wasn't Discord.
it's not actually Discord, which is a little
How
misleading. You would think it was actually Discord, but it's
well, how are they getting
sounds
away
like it's
with
the service that everybody on Discord
yeah.
uses to create custom
Well,
links.
how can they get away with using discord.io without a
Yeah,
copyright
that makes me think
infringement?
that it's not official, but it's pretty much an
Hmm.
official partner
Yeah, it
to be
seems a
able to
little,
do that stuff.
as the
So,
kids say, that seems a little sus.
a
You know what I'm
little,
saying? A little
so
sus, as
Isla
the
is
kids say.
all about sus. That is said daily in her house, and she's getting more and more accurate with her use of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'll tell, oh yeah, we'll do that in a little while, and she'll be like, sus? Uh, there's
Not quite
can't get
this
anything by that
time.
one.
Yeah, that's
But
funny.
let us get away from another breach to our bonus odd take. And this is another one you found from The Verge, several links from The Verge,
Mm-hmm.
which is a fun, it's called Button of the Month.
Yes.
And
Button
it
of the month. What do we got
very
here?
interesting. If you want to, I don't know where you found it or if you have any. I mean, the first one that it's showing here, or the oldest one, is the Stream Deck
Yeah.
mastered the LCD key by
Oh,
making
where?
it peripheral.
That's not my first one. I must have messed this up.
No, the oldest one that shows for me on the page. So if
Oh,
you go
I
to the
see.
bottom
The
of
very bottom. I see the oldest one.
their formatting is a little sus, if you ask
Yes,
me.
as to use a term that the youth are very
Yes.
fond of. Man, I'm still trying to find it
You've
after all
got
these.
you've got more than I do. Maybe oh, it goes way down in the first group of three.
Oh,
So
there we
the
go.
most recent one is the Zenith Space Command remote,
Yes. I
which
found this
is
on
pretty
Reddit,
amazing.
is where I think I found the
Okay.
link. And I thought maybe listener Todd, sorry, producer Todd might enjoy this because it's all a lot of these. Let's see if I click one and what happens. Ugh.
And my wife has said hello in the
Oh,
live chat.
hello,
So
Chelsea.
hello.
But they have these little videos that show the product working, and the buttons are cool. There's another YouTube channel called, is it called Button Feel or something like that? And it's a guy. I think we had it as a pick one time, and it's a guy, and he's sitting there, and he'll get like the device. Let me find. Surely I have a device with a button around here.
Yeah,
He'll be like, and I don't think you see him. You just see his hands, and
presses the
he's
buttons.
like, hmm, mm-hmm. And he'll go, ah. Hmm. So it's
Nice.
just his glottal utterances and the click of the button. It's hilarious. I mean, it gets
Yes.
old real quick, but it's kind of funny. But this reminded me of it. All these wonderful devices with uh, the buttons. And I'll switch back there. And look at how wonderfully designed this Zenith remote control is. Now that is
Yeah.
like the pinnacle of design. We don't get stuff like that anymore.
No, no, that is how you would define retro these
Definitely.
days. But yeah, they're one of the ones that I had seen elsewhere is the actual elevator in the Verge building.
Okay.
And I think it was them reporting on it. It's a touchpad, but it is just a numeric pad of 1 through 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 with a pound and a, a dash sign. But the building has more than 10 floors. So there was like this weird interface where you had to like
Do it like
double press
11
something,
pounds.
yeah, to get to 11. It's
That
just
is terrible.
terrible, terrible. But so this has the good, the bad, and the ugly of buttons, and it's just
Yeah.
fun to look back at some of the older stuff. And
And they keep
um,
adding new ones. I mean, I
yeah,
think this is an ongoing thing. This
it's
is not a,
almost like a button of the month.
yeah, it's like a button of the month. It's like a blog on buttons. So, anyway, for all of you button aficionados out there, it's a lot of fun.
Yes, it says at the top in weird text, the first line's very dark. In today's digital age, it sometimes feels like hardware has taken a backseat to the software that drives our devices. Button of the Month is a monthly column that explores the physical pieces of our phones, tablets, and controllers that we interact with every day.
Yes. So, yeah, button of the month.
Yes, and you know what else we interact with every
Hold on.
day?
No, I don't. I don't know what it is. Um,
Our
okay.
our our picks of the week. I don't know if you were doing your digital version, so we might have gotten double echo
Yeah.
extremism there.
I
And
had to.
we are still doing, it is still August, so we're still doing our all repick August with our
Mm-hmm.
multiple picks. So, Dave, what do you got for us this week?
Well, my friend, and one maybe producer Todd could chime in to see if that see if that it was such a terrible failed experiment or if it actually worked. Well, if you recall, dear listeners, we were doing software, hardware, and other, and
Yes.
in the episode titled Millennium Fulcrum,
Yes.
I picked FlipFlop Solitaire. Now, I have no idea where this is going to go, if it's going to go anywhere. Yes, there it is. Uh,
There it is.
and the App Store is opening. I don't want to. Okay, so FlipFlop Solitaire by Zach Gage. It's it's solitaire, but he's got his own spin on it, and there's a couple different varieties. And I'm pretty sure you can just do regular solitaire, but there's like easy mode where there's instead of having four suits, there's like two or something like that,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
you can just make it really easy. And then you can also have more than that. But if you're an Apple Arcade subscriber, and Nate and I are
Hmm.
Apple One subscribers, which
Yes.
includes Apple Arcade, you can get this Flip Flop Solitaire Plus for free. But I was looking back through our list, and I have fond memories of this game, and I still do play it occasionally. So I think
Nice.
it's like a couple bucks if you want to buy it outright or subscribe to Apple Arcade, and you get it for free. For free. Um,
Yes.
yes. Next on episode 111. Oh, and that one was from 2017, by the way.
2017. And I will quickly interject. We had a couple comments from Todd. He said, "Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, I can hear the buttons on that old Zenith remote. Man, going from a buttonless society to all touchscreens or palm readers scares me, not just because of my Dutch hand disease, his oft mentioned Dutch hand disease,
Yeah.
but I tried using the fingerprint thing to get into Mark's house and it wouldn't recognize my thumb because I had burned my finger earlier and there was a callus there."
Or were you burning
Yes.
your fingerprints so the government couldn't
Yeah,
detect you?
exactly. That's a little sus.
Yeah, totally sus. The next one, and I'm realizing these could take a long time since we're doing three each, but I'll go quickly. Episode 111 on January 25th, 2018, Inspector Gadget was the episode, and I have it up here. Inspector from all of the Spectre
Spectre
revelations,
flaw
flaws in
processor
the processor.
computer thing that was a thing back
And
6 years ago.
my pick of the week is crossed out because I think the link is not there.
Oh,
But
yes, it probably is.
producer Todd is now the new owner of my Vizio 36-inch, page not found, uh, soundbar that
Yes.
he got it set up some last night and finished it today. And I'm still looking for the remote, Todd. It's there somewhere, but you got the app working, and I was a little scared that you might not want to use the app because I'm sure they're stealing everything off of your phone.
Yes.
They're involved with Discord.io and just taking everything from you. But it's a good soundbar, but it really wasn't meeting my needs any longer, and I was getting frustrated because I have this complicated what? I have a complicated setup.
Not you.
So yeah, so I said it's time to move on, and I got rid of it. But it works really well. So if you're looking for soundbars and you want to go back to 2018, then you could do worse than the Vizio 36-inch soundbar, and they make bigger ones. And I do believe they still make soundbars today. But what a bargain that was, 180 bucks, and I used it since
Yeah.
2018. So
On a quick
do
Google
the math
search,
on
I
that.
see a Vizio soundbar for 99.99 at Best Buy.
Yeah,
So,
it's probably a newer model. So
very nice. Yeah, soundbars are good. I picked my Roku soundbar. I think we've had a couple soundbars over the year, and we've had a couple solitaire versions over the year. And your next pick, we've had several as well.
yeah, so this one I wanted to do, and my link is bad, so I'm going back to the original source here. This was on episode 161 in 2019, titled Merriam-Webster. Get it? Like,
Marry
anyway,
them,
for those who
person named Webster.
know. Yeah. So I have to copy my link here real quick, and then we'll get on with the show. Sorry to all of you listening, going, what is he even talking about? I can't see anything. Well, if you would join us for the show live
Yes.
Mondays at 6:30 Pacific time, you would see Merriam-Webster was the episode, and my pick was the awesome and oft used. Where is it? Where's the picks of the week? Here we go. The Anker PowerCore Fusion portable charger, 5,000 milliamp hours with dual USB wall charger, foldable plug, and PowerIQ battery pack for iPhone, iPad, Android, Samsung Galaxy, and more. And
Whew,
let's see if it loads.
if the link
There it
works.
is. Last purchased December 31st, 2018. My story matches. And I think this
Yeah.
is cheaper than what I paid for it. Son of
Yeah.
a. Oh, and they have a red version too? I would
Ooh,
not get that red version. That is not a looker. But
that is
anyway,
bright.
what makes this great, what makes this amazing, is that you plug it into the wall, and yes, you can plug in your accessories to charge them just like a charger, but you unplug it and it's got a built-in battery, which will also charge your devices. So you're at a coffee shop, there's a plug in the floor, and you're like, or in the wall, and you're like, I need to charge my laptop. You plug in the thing, you plug in USB to your laptop's power, boom. And then you're like, oh, I got to move. A family wants to use this table. You unplug it, your laptop continues to charge. There's a
Nice.
battery there the whole time. It's amazing. And it plugs directly into the wall, and those prongs are foldable. So, do I even have it around here somewhere? Anyway, don't wait on me to do your pick.
ABC, always be charging, and that helps you do it in multiple ways.
Yeah, well, I don't have it close by, but I saw it
Yes.
today. It's here somewhere.
Well, my first pick, my software pick, is one that I think I've picked a couple times, and I realized when I was getting not picks updated for FreshBooks that I have picked FreshBooks many a time as
Many a
well
time.
over the years. But it's stuff that I've been using for years and years. But this one, my software pick is Authy, Authy, which is a two-factor authentication, all those little QR codes that you have to do for your second factor
Mm-hmm.
on logging into websites. You can do all of those through there. This came, I picked it July 8th, 2020, in episode 239. It's always good to have options.
What day was
Um,
that?
July
What?
8th,
That's my
2020.
birthday.
Yes, on your birthday, I picked it. It was so good, so
Wow.
important that I wanted to pick that. But, Google has their authenticator, password managers have theirs. Like the Google one forever, you could only have it on one device. Microsoft has one, but Authy will handle all of these. And you can have it on multiples, like I have it on my computer, I have it on my phone, my iPad, my watch. I can pull up those codes if I need to,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it keeps everything secure. So I have been really happy with Authy. I use it every single day. I think the last time we talked about it, maybe I counted up like the 30 different codes that I have in there for
Ooh, I don't have that
myself
many.
and other clients. Yeah, there's some in there that are here's one that I need to contact a company that I haven't worked with in 4 or 5 years and be like, "Do you guys have a way to get into this account? Because I probably don't need to be the keeper of that code anymore."
Yeah,
But Authy, if you're looking for a good two-factor authentication code generator, Authy is a good one to use.
very good.
For hardware, I was going to pick a specific product and I thought I had one in my backpack, but I couldn't find it. But I'm going to just go with the company and I've talked about them. They've done a couple Kickstarters and everything. The one I was going to pick is the InCharge X, which this is not, but it's the little 3-inch cable.
Oh, here,
This
let me
is
let me give
the
it a zoom in here on this.
Yes, the so it looks about like this long and then it curves around. This is the slightly longer one, which is always also great. They've got like the 3 foot ones, the 10 foot one that we gave Chris Kent one for the Not Picks giveaway. But if you'll remember, these cables, we'll see if I get my face out of the way, will it focus? So
You
you
need
look
my
at it there and
feature.
you go, oh, USB-A and Lightning, great. Who
Yeah,
needs that?
that's
But
lame.
then you pull this
Oh.
off, and under the Lightning is USB-C.
Mm-hmm.
And we also figured out, and I've used it many times, the Lightning doubles as USB micro.
Which blows my mind.
Blows my mind that that isn't a thing everywhere. So the USB-A side also becomes USB-C. So you have like, I think it's like 1 million different combinations if you do the math on this.
I'm pretty sure that's not correct. But you've got an
Three
A
on
to
one end and
lightning.
two on
Yeah,
the other end
yeah,
makes 1 million. I
yeah.
lettered in math, Dave. Don't
I
doubt me on this.
I think that's what, 3 factorial?
Yes,
Three
but
times two times one.
the
So I
company
think
is
there's
called
six
Rolling
combinations.
Square.
What's that?
He's- I see that meme of who is it, like Candace Bergen with all
Yeah.
the calculations going over her
It's
head.
just like going.
But pretty much, besides the USB Mini, that's the only thing you don't get with this. But everything else. So
Throw
having
away all your products that have USB Mini. Throw them in the
I
trash.
know. I have very few these days, and everything's going to USB-C
Mm-hmm.
more and more, which we'll see next month if the iPhones
We
are
shall
all
see.
switching over or not. But yeah, these cables, they're small, they're compact, but you can also get the bigger ones. And having all of those options in one tiny cable, the keychain one is super tiny.
And I have
Um,
one here somewhere. Dang it.
I
My
know, and I
bag's in the
have
other
some in the
room.
garage, and I think there's one in my car. I just didn't have one for
Yeah.
the show. But RollingSquare is the company, and they have a bunch of different stuff available on their website or Amazon. That and they've got some new products too that they've been working on. But their charging cables, they have
Mwah.
gotten me out of a bind
Yeah.
so many times I can't even tell you.
And I have carried one on my keychain that you gave me for years
Yes.
and rarely use it because when I need it, I forget it's there.
I know. I've done the same thing. It's like, where do I have a cable? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
my keychain that's
Yeah.
always with me.
But I have used it successfully several times, and so it's well worth it.
And I am off camera at the moment to lean into my back pocket for my other pick.
Mm.
Uh, one of my favorite things, I've carried one of these for, sheesh, probably getting close to 10 years now. It's
Wow.
the Tyvek Mighty Wallets. And this one is my favorite. It's the peanut butter and jelly wallet. I
Okay.
always get comments on that. But these wallets are made out of Tyvek, which is, what they put under the siding on your house.
That white stuff that's really hard to tear.
Yes, and I am brutal on wallets. Leather wallets, they're gone in like less than a year for me, maybe because I don't get real leather wallets. But this is my second one, and I've had this one for 3 or 4 years. When did I make this pick last time?
Oh,
2019. So
yeah.
that would be almost exactly 4 years ago. And they were having a sale for, I don't know, one of the holidays or whatever. And I bought two more of these just because for the rest of my life, I always want to have a peanut butter jelly sandwich in my pocket.
And the fact that it's food related
Yes.
is
Yeah,
on
PDX Fast
brand.
Foodie.
Yeah.
And I've got a bonus pro tip for you.
Oh,
So that one I carry in my left pocket, and they always say, "Oh, don't carry your wallet in your back pocket because your back will be uneven." That's why you carry a wallet in both pockets.
what
Duh.
what's in the other wallet?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh boy, there's some circles on it. That's
The
weird.
peanut butter and jelly sandwich one is cash and business cards, and the other one is credit cards and various gimmicks and $2
No,
bills and foreign
no.
coins and keepsakes.
This is what you get, my friend. I love these thin, real leather, probably Italian Corinthian leather. And
Yes.
I need to flip it the correct way so I don't show you all my driver's license. I mean, this is what I use. It came as an insert on a regular wallet. So,
There's so much more stuff to carry than that,
no,
Dave. And
I don't even
and
want to carry this. I want it to all be digital.
as our producer Todd said, Nate having two wallets is somehow the most Nate thing ever, which I will accept that.
I
And
didn't, this is new information. I did not know you carried around two wallets, but am I
yes.
surprised? No, I am not
He
surprised.
said, "LOL, one wallet just for comedy props, like fake money." Which, yes, there is. I've got some Ugandan shillings in here, some two
You're the
dollar bills.
guy. You're the
I've got a
guy.
Canadian $5 bill
Yeah.
for the next time I go to Canada, which I've never been there before, so
No, you're
not
the guy
sure
that's
well I'll
got
go there
the
soon.
$100 bill that's folded in half and they put it on the floor and it's a Bible track
Yes,
that people bend over and they're just like, son of a, they get mad.
yes.
You're that guy.
Like I'm going to show it.
Yeah.
We are the most nonpartisan tech podcast on the internet. I do have a Trump 2020 bill in there
Yeah.
as well.
You gave me
So
one of
yeah,
those. I don't know
the
where that is.
gimmicks,
Yeah.
many a gimmicks in my wallet. You never know when you're going to need a Trump 2020 bill in your wallet.
Yeah. You never know.
You
Have you
don't.
tried to pay with it?
I
Go
have
to a
not.
go to an ultra conservative restaurant or something. Be like, here you go.
Yeah, there they might take it. In the Portland area, I would have to
Uh,
purchase a bulletproof vest first.
yeah, probably
But
so.
anyways, so yes, we've got 1 week left of our repicks. We're gonna have to, Dave, for next week, we're gonna have to find the best of the best
The
from
best of the
all
best.
those picks. I think it was episode 37 that we started doing picks of the week. So
Well, I blew it all on that Anker battery thing that I just use all the
yeah,
time.
the
But
best pick ever. But
yeah,
yes,
maybe I'll get a new one that has USB Type C in there.
ooh, there you go. Well, if you want any of those picks or any other picks, go to notpicks.com. If you're shopping Amazon, please go to notpicks.com first. We've got an Amazon link right at the top, which goes through our little affiliate thing. And
And if you're going to
uh,
Walmart to pick up some eggs, go to notpicks.com first. See if they got eggs
yes,
there.
I think maybe I applied for the Walmart. I think they have an affiliate program. We
Mm,
need to get that going. More affiliate programs, but it's not just Amazon stuff on there. We've got all kinds of links and
yeah, I'm
stuff
going to be
that you
signing
might
up
want to buy.
for Backblaze. I think maybe,
Yes,
maybe we'll
back
see.
back plays. Yes, because Dave, one
Yes,
backup is none backup.
that's right, Nate. You can't move forward unless you back up. Behold the power of backup.
Oh, that one never gets old.
Never gets old.
And with that, I think we will wrap up this episode. Thank you so much for those that joined. Chelsea just commented, one wallet is none wallets.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
agree, my wife. That's why we're married. But thank you all for joining us live, watching video later, listening to the podcast, sharing it with a friend, all that stuff so you can get out there and tech better.
I hit the sounder too soon, but that's okay. It's got a
That is,
long tail, as we say
it
in the
does.
biz.